9 best times Homer impersonated someone on The Simpsons. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Bubbly Toons. Number 9, Mr. Burns' Blood Feud. In Season 2's Blood Feud, Homer tries to retrieve a letter he sent to Mr. Burns during an ill-advised bout of rage. He visits the post office and impersonates his fat cat boss. "My name is Mr. Burns, I believe you have a letter for me." When the postal worker calmly asks a simple follow-up question, "Okay, Mr. Burns, what's your first name?" Homer reveals that he does not know, swiftly putting an end to his pretense. Number 8, Guy Incognito, Fear of Flying. After Homer is kicked out of Moe's Tavern, he seemingly makes a disguised return, sporting a top hat and a handlebar mustache and introducing himself in a British accent as Guy Incognito. This prompts Moe and the rest of the guys to beat him up and chuck him out on the street, only for the real, non-disguised Homer to walk by and notice his doppelganger. Number 7, Krusty the Clown, Homie the Clown. In Homie the Clown, Homer enrolls in Krusty's Clown College and becomes a certified Krusty impersonator. He appears at events like the Krusty considers unimportant, such as the laugh of the new Krusty Burger. However, Krusty is in debt to the Mafia, and Homer ends up getting kidnapped. In order to please Don, he is forced to ride a tiny tricycle around a loop-the-loop. Number 6, Airplane Pilot, Fear of Flying. After being kicked out of Moe's, Homer decides to put up a pilot's uniform so that he can drink in the pilot's bar. This quickly backfires when an airport worker asks him, "You're not just impersonating a pilot so you can drink here, are you?" He is then bundled into the cockpit of a plane and ends up destroying it before it's even taken off. In another case of Homer's dumb luck, he has somehow, without zero effort, wound up in charge of a jumbo jet. Within seconds of stepping in the cockpit, disaster occurs as he almost presses a button that they need to live, as a co-pilot calmly informs him. This impersonation also mocks the general notion that anyone can be a pilot, which Homer disproves with his immediate ineptitude. Number 5, the Potato Man, Trash of the Titans. In an attempt to get backstage at a U2 concert, Homer slings a sack of potatoes over his shoulder while wearing a waistcoat and a flat cap. He uses an Irish accent to introduce himself to security as a Potato Man, prompting the guard to ask, "Where the hell have you been?" It's a hilarious and quintessentially Simpsons one-liner, and another of the times that Homer wears a disguise to feel the adversary. It's miraculous that Homer is able to backstage so easily with this disguise, but it actually is one of the clever plans, as he relies on the fact that the Irish U2 might be expecting a potato delivery, a silly stereotype that nevertheless makes for a great joke. Number 4, a shark, Itchy and Scratchy Land. In one of the show's innumerable references to scenes from movies, in this case Jaws, Homer straps a fin to his back and impersonates a shark, causing beachgoers to flee in terror. However, a moment later, he's equally scared by Bart, who pops up wearing a shark fin, whereupon Homer yells, "Ah, Shark Boy." This is one of the best impersonations as it showcases Homer's affinity for practical jokes, something he has clearly passed down by his son. The scene takes place during the family's visit to Sandy Beach, one of the many cool family vacations they've taken across the series, including little Pawgamagon Squirter Pot in the summer of 4 featuring 2, and then in the New York, the City vs. New York vs. Homer Simpson. Number 3, Mr. Thompson, Cape Fear. When the family has to relocate the Terror Lake to elude the murderous Sideshow Bob, the Witness Protection Team tries to help Homer grasp the concept of the new name, Mr. Thompson. "Hello, Mr. Thompson," one of them says, waiting for Homer to reply, even stamping on his foot to remind him to respond. Homer is unable to grasp the role-playing exercise in one of the series' funniest scenes. This is so funny because the stakes are so high. If Homer can't grasp this, his son and possibly his whole family will be killed by Sideshow Bob. Number 2, Bigfoot, Call of the Simpsons. In Season 1, Call of the Simpsons, poor Homer is mistaken for Bigfoot after falling into a river, losing his clothes, and covering himself with mud while on a perilous family camping trip. A nature photographer snaps a picture of him and it quickly captures the attention of the town. This is another instance in which Homer's impersonation is accidental, but it's nevertheless a memorable one. After all, it's quite a feat to be mistaken for a 9-foot-tall forest-inhabiting ape. Number 1, God, Treehouse of Horror 22. In the Dial for Diddley segment of Season 23, Treehouse of Horror, Ned is a vigilante murderer whose victims are all enemies of Homer's, Mr. Burns, Patty, Selma, and Snake. Ned executes these crimes under instructions from the good Lord himself, or so he thinks. In actuality, Homer's impersonating God using a voice filter, telling Ned who to kill. This is one of the best impersonations because of how brazen it is and how high the stakes are. Even though it's a non-canon episode, Homer will literally trick his kind-hearted neighbor into believing that God wants him to kill an 81-year-old man and 2 iguana-owning women. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the next 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.